Hello everybody, it has been a while, has it not? I have been making little fairy houses. I got reminded of them a couple days ago as I was commenting on Paws and Patty's channel, as I do. You'll see me there every day. Maybe not always in the comments, but every day. Anyway, last year I've made a bunch of these little scrap fairy homes and I love them. I've been doing some more collaging. I filled up my tiny little journals and I just made a new one. So after collaging a while, you get little tiny scraps and I cannot for the life of me feel good about throwing them away. Because I have projects like this in my mind. So I thought I would bring you along on this fast forwarded process. Yes, I put this in 2x speed. You can see my process a little bit. Now I know I had put together a couple ones prior to starting recording. It was just such a rainy day when I made these the other day. But I'm not just putting this scrap stuff together. I will be adding some details later with some fine liners and highlighters, that sort of stuff, just to give it a little something extra. And another fun thing I did is what you'll see at the end. Hopefully it survives. It's a little bit brittle, but even if it doesn't, I don't care. I've tried my best to keep everything within frame. Now, I'm a little out of practice, as you can see here. But for the most part, I did pretty well. I will also give you a nice close-up at the end of it of all the finished homes for fairies to move into. Now, who do you think lives in what house? I might have to figure out a way to make some scrap paper fairies, perhaps. I don't know, that sounds a little more difficult than houses. Like, there's a lot of leeway with these things. They can look like homes, they can look like mushrooms, they could be all sorts of shapes and sizes. The other time I made these, I did make like tower, tall ass fairy homes, but I kept it sort of more medium sized this time. I've been looking in smaller journals, and I want them to fit in there and not take up the entire page. That's all. I like this blue. I think it had potential. It came out alright at the end, I think. But it could be better. My favorite might be the one I haven't made yet, and also the very first little tiny little fairy house. And the one that looks like it's grown up big sister with the purple top left, and the one next to it. That's the one I'm talking about. Anyway, most of these things are like magazine paper. I love me some nature, so I always have green scraps, even though green scraps is what I mostly use when I'm collaging, because I love green, my favorite color. It just reminds me of spring, which it's really starting to pop here in Canada, Ontario. We've actually got leaves on the trees now. I know some of y'all had leaves for last month, but we're finally starting to get leaves. No allergies for me this year either. So far, I've been getting every other year some allergies. So if anyone is more well versed in the way of the pollen, you tell me, because I need to go and do some research on pollen and their cycles, because how interesting. It only bothers me every other year. I never had allergies prior to moving here in the forest. But I'm just happy so far. All good. No allergies thus far. You see me try out a couple things here. I wasn't too happy with the contrast of this house with the window up top on the roof. But I love everything else about it. That also, I think I could have improved upon. But this is also an exercise in perfectionism, because I don't know if you know this, but I struggle so badly with perfectionism, and I've been using my artistic practice to try and get past that and enjoy. I want more joy. It doesn't make me feel better if I am trying to perfect everything. It's just like this compulsion inside of me. Not really something I truly enjoy. I love being carefree and just going with it, like I'm doing here. I don't know, just making it up as I go along. Soon I'll zoom in and you can see it a little better. There you can see me doodling. And some details, because they're just pieces of paper stuck to other pieces of paper thus far. It's fine. You can see how you can barely, but you could probably tell my desk is a mess right now. This is the only open spot I've got. I really need to get through some crap on my desk. It's a dining table and I don't have any other storage besides on the ground behind me. I need to get on that. I need to get on a lot of things. But instead of doing all those things, here I am making little fairy houses. Sound familiar to anyone? I have really missed y'all, and I hope you'll forgive me for not uploading. There we go, we're zoomed in. For not uploading more. I haven't been collaging for the last year-ish. I've maybe done it 4 times total. I just, we all get into our rut sometimes. I just couldn't get myself to sit down and do art. Until I started to learn how to knit this winter. In November I started. And that took over my whole life. It was lovely because I've got chronic pain in my arms, but I was able to knit. And I've made some things. Lovely things. But now it's getting warmer, I want to branch out a little, so now I'm learning how to sew. I just finished making my very first 1930s dress. It's a house dress, so it's kind of like something you'd wear doing chores. Maybe you could call it an apron, but it's called a hooverette, like hoovering, hooverette. And I fit into it, I love it. I used sheets that I thrifted a year ago for this sort of plan. I finally followed through with it, and I learned a shit ton doing so. Now I'm trying to work on a 1940s bra. 1930s, that's my real love, but I liked that pattern that they had better. So now I'm trying to work on that. Again, I'm very new. This is my very first completed wearing sewing project. I'm just really proud that it fits me. I think I could yap about whatever for hours. I think it's a good thing I sped this up because it was just 40 minutes of me puttering about on my desk here, and I'm about to start my lunch plans. I think I'll make some breakfast burritos. It's a hot day. It was close to freezing just the other day, and now it is 30 degrees today, Celsius. What is that, 90 or something? 88? I don't know. It's hot. I don't know Fahrenheit. I know it with cooking, and that's as far as it goes here. I was a bit at a loss with this house, but this turned out to be my favorite. You see me trying to think. Would it look good if I draw some wood grain on here? I thought I would use a lighter color to sketch out my idea. You can hardly tell. Don't worry, I'm improving the contrast here. There we go. And then I had the idea. Just following that existing stripe all across. I kept moving. You see how broken this piece is? I've had this little broken piece, broken like this for, I don't know, 8 years. I broke it when I was still living in Berlin, and I'm not even German, I'm Dutch. And then after I lived in Berlin, we moved to Canada, which is where I live now. Some sort of like stony, I don't know. Like I said, I'm just playing here. We all need to play a little more. So I'm outlining the boards and adding some texture to it, some swirly, some scrunkly looking, maybe wood-esque like things. Do you save your tiny little scraps like this? I have to. I wasn't happy with that. So I just kept adding and adding and adding things. Do you have a favorite so far? I think that cutie, little tiny baby one is just adorable to me. Very simple. Again, I just pick up a scrap and try and reimagine it into a shape of vaguely house-like. I think anyone could do this. Yeah, here I went for a less fluorescent yellow. I love how cute it is. I like that yellow roof. This is kind of... my yellow's a little bit less intense, but my downstairs area, my sewing room and the guest room are both yellow. It's a lovely yellow. In fact, do you see that blue house on the right? A little mushroom looking one with the yellow dots. That is the yellow of the walls down there. It's coming from the same paint sample card thingy that I used. Such a lovely yellow. It's a little buttery maybe. The person we hired to do this for us, he hated it. It was so funny, he hated it. He had to do so many layers. It was dark brown down there. In the basement, you couldn't see crap. So I really wanted to brighten it up, and I'm happy I did. It looks like the sun is always shining in those rooms. It's just lovely. But I told him, you might want to add like a white base coat, otherwise you're going to have to keep coating to get this yellow opaque enough to cover the dark brown. And the dark blue. No, it's not necessary. I think he wished he listened to me, but... Oh yeah, here. I don't know if these are tiles or if it's like reminiscent of a thatched roof. That's the word. I'm just gonna say hay roof or straw roof. No, thatched roof. But it needed a little something, right? Very cute. Now, why don't I let you sit here and enjoy the process for a bit longer? Thanks so much for hanging out with me. Love y'all. And goodbye. Mwah.